Global Deaf Muslim in itself is really unique because we're run by an all-deaf team. Our organization's goal is to help make Islam more accessible to the deaf Muslim community. And having a deaf team is great because we all understand each other's experiences and struggles, such as the barriers that come with living in a hearing world. Ultimately, this helps us provide deaf Muslims with what they need. So, we have several different programs within our organization. For example, we provide Islamic classes for deaf children as well as codas, which are children of deaf adults. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Samur al-Hassani, and my sign name looks like this right on my cheek. My parents and I are deaf, and I moved to America almost 3 years ago. Wow, time has really flown by. So I actually learned ASL and English from hanging around Global Deaf Muslim. When Global Deaf Muslim was established, I was so happy. It was a perfect opportunity for me, alhamdulillah. One thing I've noticed is that there's a big difference between America and the Middle East relating to the topic of Islam. Islam is very important, and the accessibility to Islamic resources they have in the Middle East is much more advanced than it is here in America. I've noticed that many deaf Americans depend on their interpreters for their knowledge of Islam, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So I wanted to create a mutual understanding and build that common ground. Between deaf people, we have a mutual understanding that's built through our culture and language, and we think the same way. So I do translations into ASL for Islamic education, and I am continuing to work on that, especially focusing on the stories of the prophets. And sometimes while I'm translating the Quran, I notice that there's many heavy struggles written within it, but it's still a beautiful process developing that. I'm really grateful to Global Deaf Muslim, and I want to thank them for their continuous hard work as well as the work that they put into achieving their goal of deaf people fully understanding what Islam is. Here at Global Deaf Muslim, we make sure that the deaf children are taught by deaf teachers, which is really cool. And also the codas are taught by one of the mothers who has a deaf son as well. We also provide various online classes on Zoom, which people from all over the US join in on. And especially after COVID hit, our online classes really took off.
As a mother of a deaf child who is now 9 years old, GDM is really beneficial for us. The classes that Global Deaf Muslim host for deaf kids are really important. They are taught by American Sign Language, which is my first language for my kid, and it's been taught for like several years. He learned a lot of stuff about Islam, about Muslim community, and many things. I can't even count it. So these classes are really important in our life, and also they host lots of events which really affect Omar's life deeply. So something like the iftar in Ramadan, it's really important for him to to have these events within deaf Muslim community who that Omar can communicate with them and feel the atmosphere of Ramadan and and know and know lots of things by experiencing it. It's not about like telling him things, telling him about like family gathering, about iftar with Muslims in masjid and so on. And just when he go to the masjid, he find everyone communicate except him within global deaf Muslim community. He's able to communicate with everyone, so he feel comfortable and confident and can express himself. Feel the feeling as a deaf child, as a deaf Muslim within the community is so different. So the event that they host, like Eid events, Ramadan events, every Islamic event they are hosting is important for our. So I think I can't imagine our life without global deaf Muslim actually, but I feel like we still need more organizations and communities like global deaf Muslim.
We also have many opportunities to get together and socialize within the community.
For me, I like Global Deaf Muslim because there's food and there's candy. And I like Global Deaf Muslim because, I can hang out with my friends and hide and play around. And I just think Global Deaf Muslim is the best. I like learning in person and not on Zoom. Zoom is really boring, all that technology intake staring at a screen all day, it's not my thing. I prefer to look around and be in the real world, in a real environment. And I like Global Deaf Muslim because it's fun and I enjoy myself. And you see that couch over there? That couch right over there? Yeah, I love running up it and sitting on the edge and surveying the crowd. It really looks like a movie to me, looking at the crowd like that. I just love it.
The community aspect is really so important here at Global Deaf Muslim. And especially every Saturday during Ramadan, it's so nice to have this community to gather and break our fasts with. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mohammed, last name Del, and I have been a Global Deaf Muslim member for a very long time, and I've been very involved. My son and my daughter are also a part of Global Deaf Muslim, and they really love going to the classes. As well as classes, Global Deaf Muslim also hosts many Ramadan and Eid events, which is beautiful and helps us connect with one another. Really brings in the community aspect. And they always provide us with food. So what's up? Tell us a little about this event.
Wow, yeah. So what this is during Ramadan, people come here and we eat and we build partnerships with each other and we break fast and we socialize. It's really great.
Exactly, perfect. So every year during Ramadan, Global Deaf Muslim hosts these iftars, and it's truly amazing. How was the food? Was it good?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Perfect.
Really good food. The
Alhamdulillah,
dessert
alhamdulillah.
too. And the tea. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so basically, Global Deaf Muslim always provides everything for us, whether it be food or interpreters, you name it.
That we all have our own battles that we are fighting, that this month of Ramadan allowed us an opportunity, and I'm sure all of us conquered some of those problems and issues.
They also have Islamic studies, Quran classes, and Arabic classes that many children go to and learn from and improve their knowledge. And this just betters our community as a whole and makes it stronger than it already was. And mashallah, Global Deaf Muslim also donates to charities inside and outside of the US and gives to the poor. So hats off to you, Global Deaf Muslim. I'm really impressed, mashallah. Our organization is also always welcoming of new people, especially new deaf Muslim converts, and we get to know them and everything. We also help financially support deaf Muslims in need and try to empower our deaf brothers and sisters. especially the staff and volunteers and the people who help teach the classes.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is David Cochran. I'm an American deaf convert. I'm really thankful for Global Deaf Muslim in my life personally because they led me through my journey. They were like, hey, who needs ASL? And they provided ASL and that support in my religion that I was looking for. And without Global Deaf Muslim, I don't know if my life would be successful as a convert with all the challenges that I would face. Alhamdulillah, they were really the key to my success. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Also, we really want to engage with the hearing community. And we want to do that by providing ASL classes. We really encourage hearing students to learn ASL. It will help their understanding of what the deaf community's needs and deaf culture is as well. The way we essentially see Global Deaf Muslim and our perspective on it is that we want to create an inclusive space for deaf Muslims everywhere.